So Thanos has to get the 7 Dragon Balls so he can destroy half the universe, and the Avengers have to stop him. Hello, and welcome to my spoiler-free review on Avengers Infinity War. 10 years of Marvel movies and watching the end credit scene led up to this moment, and I'm not disappointed. This movie was directed by the Russo brothers and stars everyone but Hawkeye and Ant-Man. They also directed Captain America: Civil War. With a cast as big as this, it seemed to be a difficult task for the Russo brothers to pull off. But they succeeded. They made it a great movie. It's a great movie. Never once was there anyone out of character. I'm glad to see that the Russo brothers kept everything we loved about these characters we loved. Every interaction between all the characters were amazing. There was so much chemistry between them, new and old characters. The cast also leads to some problems of the movie. The movie felt rushed, not because of the pace, but because of the abundance of characters. With this many characters, it meant there were a lot of subplots. And every subplot felt like their own movie. And I felt like it was just kind of hard to keep track of sometimes. This is not a very big deal, and it's expected with a big cast as this. The comedy was actually pretty good, and it was decent throughout the movie. I got a few chuckles from my favorite characters, and each character I loved had excellent one-liners. This helped lighten the mood because the movie is a little dark and gritty at some moments. In my Black Panther review, I said Killmonger was one of the greatest villains in the MCU, and Thanos, oh boy, he makes Killmonger, Loki, and all the other villains look like ants. Every moment when Thanos was on screen was breathtaking. He is the perfect villain the MCU needed, and it only took 10 years for them. And he's also actually a villain that all of humanity has to fear, which makes him really badass. Josh Brolin played as Thanos, and he gave an excellent performance as him. He isn't a bad guy, but a person with messed up ideals. Thanos wants to use the power of the Infinity Stones to balance the universe, and he doesn't want to use it for himself, and he believes that his views are right, and that what makes him great, and you can actually side with him in sometimes, even though he has to kill a few trillion people in the process. The Avengers made some questionable and stupid decisions with their fight with Thanos. It's kind of hard to go into detail because I can't spoil anything for you, but you understand if you see the movie. Thanos' children, or the Black Order, felt very underwhelming. They were just puppets of Thanos. They were the children, and they only followed him because he was their master, and there was nothing special about them. They're really plain, and they're just evil because they're evil. The movie was filled with great action sequences, great effects, and plenty of fan service. It made the fangirl in me very, very happy. And boy, that ending, it sure was a good one. It left me hanging, and I don't know if I can wait one more year for Part 2 to come out. I am very anxious to see what they bring next year in Infinity War Part 2. Everything that I expected in Avengers Infinity War, it exceeded my expectations. In conclusion, I'll give Avengers Infinity War a solid 9.3 out of 10.